Share that.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Hello and good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the August 19, 2026 regular meeting of the Kalihi Pālama Neighborhood Board number 15 to order. The time is 6 p.m. Thank you to our board members, government representatives, presenters, and members of our community for joining us tonight, both in person and virtually. Before we begin, please remember to mute your microphone unless you are recognized to speak. When speaking, please state your first and last name for the record and direct your comments through the chair. Roll call, and so please conduct the roll call.
Chair Pro Tem Cullen,
Present.
Member Diosa,
Present.
Member Farm. Not here, Member Guerrero,
Here.
thank you, Member Ho'opi'i, not here at the moment, Member Jadular,
Here.
thank you. Member Mitamura, not here at the moment, Member Moore. Also not here, Member Puano,
Here.
and Member Vasquez.
Here.
Chair, you have 6 members present, no quorums at this time.
Okay, so we don't have quorum at this time. We may receive reports and information, but the board cannot take official action until quorum is established. So we're gonna first move on to section 2, city monthly reports. Reports are limited to 3 minutes each. We will begin with Honolulu Fire Department. Is there a representative for the Honolulu Fire Department? All right, seeing none at this time, we're gonna move on to Honolulu Police Department, District 1.
Good evening, I'm Sergeant Hosaka, I represent District One, Chinatown. I'll be going over the crime stats for beat 150. That area encompasses, the Hawaiian Apartments, Visual Square, parts of College Walk, and, Olive Park. So for the month of July, motor vehicle thefts, there were 11. Burglaries, there were 1. Thefts, 1. UAVs, auto break-ins, there was 1. Assaults, 2. Sex assaults, 1. Graffiti cases, 0. Drug cases, 6. And motor vehicle collisions, there were 13. Total cost for service for that beat 150 were 305. If you need to see these stats, they're available at Honolulu Police website. It's honolulupd.org. I'll open up to any questions involving the areas I described.
Thank you. Board members, any question? Members of the community? All right, seeing none, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Here. All right, moving on to Honolulu Police Department, District 5. Are they online? All right,
Chair,
yes.
give you, Lisa raised her hand.
Lisa?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Lisa. Go ahead. Just to let you know, if that question is for District 1,
Just. Or, Lisa, can you unmute, please?
Oh, no, I was getting ready for District 5, sorry.
oh, okay. All right, thank you. Okay, so we don't have, Honolulu Police Department District 5 rep at this moment, so we're gonna go on to Board of Water Supply, Iris Oda.
Oh, this one, no.
Sorry.
Is she back?
Sure, one after the officer.
Yeah. All right, hi Iris, you're up. Thank you.
After my running for the police van. Okay. So hi, everyone. Iris Oda, Board of Water Supply. I give a main break status. So if there was, in July, I do a month prior. 6. The first one on July 3rd, near 601 to 619 Umi Street area. There was one on 7/11, July 11th at near 915 Emeluth Lane. On July 18th at 1350 College Walk. On July 22nd near 1148 Richard Lane. July 25th near 1723 Beckley Street. And the last one was on July 28th near 1108 Gulick Avenue. So that was the main break report. Then I do a general announcement. I passed out to the board members, and it should be online, and I'll pass to the rest of the board. We have on September 26th, it's next month, out in Waianae though, but please go if you're going to be in the area. Imagine a day without water. So we've been a partnership with the Office of State Representative Chris Muraoka and more than 25 city, state, nonprofit, and community organizations. We invite the public to attend this year's Imagine a Day Without Water. So again, it's on Saturday, September 26th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's at the Ark of Safety at Waianae Mall. That's at 86120 Barrington Highway. They'll have interactive exhibits and educational displays, hands-on activities and games, prize giveaways, a rain barrel workshop, and there'll be some Ono food and refreshments available for purchase. It's a free family-friendly event, and it highlights the importance of water and the One Water concept, which recognizes that all water is connected and must be managed as one valuable resource. So go to bodowatersupply.com for more information. And so that's my one announcement.
All right, thank you. Board members, any questions? Any questions from the community? Questions from Donald?
Yes.
Listening to the water reports on TV, some areas had no problems, and some areas that were even close to me were out of not out of water, but they didn't have any water availability to the homes. Is this I don't know how to say that, but
Is that,
it was okay until he mined it. It was all right.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the reports. Is that the one during the storm? Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I actually was out of power, so I have no idea what was being talked about. But we are interconnected. Our island is interconnected, but reservoirs serve certain areas. So we do need to pump water up to the reservoir, depending on how long the outage was. I don't know if our sources were affected, but we fill the reservoir. We bring the water will flow down to your house. Perhaps some areas might have had some issues, that they ended up running out of water. I'm not certain if that's what was reported, but that's why some places may have water and some don't. They just could be the use on the reservoir was just plentiful. Some people are straight off the pumps. That was out if the power was out. So if that helps, if you wanted to, just curious. Oh, okay, so that's okay
Yeah.
to understand? Okay.
Thank you. No, no, it's fine. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna move on to Honolulu Authority for Rapid Transportation, Gabby Camacho.
Hello, can you hear
Hi,
me?
Gabby.
Hi,
Yes.
so good evening, Chair, board members, and community members. My name is Marissa Gonzalez. I'm with Heart's Public Involvement Team. I'm here tonight on behalf of Gabby, who will be back next month. We don't have any updates tonight, but I can respond to a question from last month regarding specific ADA requirements and plans. So Heart does not have an ADA specific plan. However, for traffic and pedestrian walkway standards, we follow the Manual of Uniform Traffic Control Devices, or MUTCD standards, which are fully compliant with ADA requirements. If there's a specific area of concern, we encourage you and community members to please reach out to Heart at info@honolulutransit.org or call our 24-hour project hotline at 808-566-2299 and let us know. Heart and our contractor, Tuta Perini Corporation, will be having a virtual business and community meeting on Thursday, August 27th at 1 p.m. and that will be on Zoom. And that meeting will provide updates on the ongoing construction, lane closures, and community impacts in the city center corridor, including Kalihi and Nibile, downtown Chinatown, and Kaka'ako. You can join the meeting to learn about the current construction, and we encourage people to ask questions. You can also visit honolulutransit.org for the latest project and construction information. I will go ahead and place Hart's contact information in the chat box. And that concludes my short, brief report. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any questions from the board? From the community? All right, seeing none, thank you very much. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to, oh, actually, we're gonna have to skip filling of 3 at-large vacancies, number 3, as well as number 4, because we do not have quorum. And now we're gonna go on to number 5, residents and community concerns. Each speaker will have up to 3 minutes. Please remember that under the Sunshine Law, the board may listen to concerns that are not listed on tonight's agenda, but we cannot deliberate or take action on those matters tonight. A matter may be considered for placement on a future agenda. Please state your first and last name for the record before beginning. We would like to provide a community, if you would like to provide a community concern, please come forward. Lisa. All right, go ahead, Lisa. Please state your
Hello,
name
my
first.
name is Hello, my name is Lisa Hasso. First of all, I hope everyone is doing okay considering what we went through this weekend. And I hope everyone's doing well. Just real quick, I was able to meet with Hart last Friday, and I have a lot of mixed feelings. They did well, one of the head people did admit they weren't in compliant for a long time as far as when it comes to ADA. I see that they're trying. There is still some more work to be done, though. We'll see what happens. For the person that asked about the loud noises from Farrington, unfortunately, because of the outage, the meeting was canceled. We had our first meeting this past Monday, but it was canceled. So as soon as I get that information, I will let you know. The concern I had was for District 5. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar between Kalihi Kai and the Kalakaua Gym. There is the parking structure, and you can only go in one way and out one way. So at the other end, there's a bunch of utility boxes and stuff. So one of the main problems we've been having is adults smoking weed over there and doing drugs. And that's what I wanted to talk to District 5, if they can come back into our community. I know when I first moved over here many years ago, District 5 was very active with the children. They had a lot of things to do. And with Representative Shirley, we're trying to get some more activity for the children. So if anybody has any ideas or anything, that would be great. Would love to hear them. And just one last remark. The one thing at the Heart meeting that surprised me was the lack of compassion and empathy that they had for people with disability. So other than that, I think that's it for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lisa.
Kirsten.
Okay, hi, Kirsten, go ahead.
Hi, can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. For those who may not remember me, my name is Kirsten Liana, and I've been coming before the board since earlier throughout this year regarding the ongoing nuisance concerns around 901 Gulick Ave and the Hawaiian Snow property. Just a quick reminder, the concerns I had been reporting involved reoccurring gatherings in the area, including loitering, drinking, smoking, littering, public urination, and other activity that was creating an ongoing nuisance for the surrounding neighborhood. First and foremost, I really want to take this opportunity to thank the HVD team and Councilmember Cordero's office for all of the support, communication, follow-up, and attention that has been given to these concerns throughout this year. I know these situations can be difficult to address, and I genuinely just appreciate everyone who has taken the time to respond to the reports and help work toward a solution. Since my last appearance before the board in May, I also want to acknowledge that there has been improvement. Hawaiian Snow made several changes, including adding lighting and trimming the trees. And honestly, I did notice a difference. Things became much quieter, and I was grateful to see that the concerns we had been raising were being addressed. I also want to acknowledge that I missed the June and July meetings. The past couple of months were extremely busy for me. And because things had been relatively quiet, I didn't feel there was anything urgent that I needed to bring forward at the time. However, unfortunately, over the past 2 weeks, I'm starting to see some of the activity slowly returning. People are beginning to gather around the same area near the tree by Hawaiian Snow again and starting to see some of the previous behaviors, the smoking, drinking, loitering, urination occurring again. I'm not here tonight to say that the improvements haven't worked. They absolutely have. I'm actually here because I want to be proactive and hopefully prevent the situation from escalating back to what we were experiencing earlier throughout this year. So my question is really what additional preventative measures we can look at moving forward, whether that's continued communication with the neighboring property owners, managers, additional security or camera measures, or anything else that HPD council member's office or the board feels would help. Again, I really want to emphasize my appreciation to HPD and council members team. I've seen the effort that has gone into this, and I'm grateful for the support. My hope is simply that we can continue building on the progress that has already been made rather than allowing the problem to return to where it was before. So thank you.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Kirsten. All right, we got Donald Sakamoto online. Go ahead, Donald.
Yeah,
Please.
thank you, Chair. Donald Sakamoto, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Donald Sakamoto for the record. I'm the president of Citizens for a Fair Americans with Disability Act, right? I advocate for bus, handyvan, and skyline for people like kapunas and elderly people around Honolulu. I'm a rider for 20 years of paratransit and the bus, and now Skyline, I'm riding that too. As well as I advocate for 16 years. I sit on the Oahu Metropolitan Planning Organization Citizen Advisory Committee, voting member. I brought this subject about Dillingham to the committee for discussion, and the chair of the committee in February said the third segment of the rail project, Skyline, had stairways to go around the area, but there was no ramp. So I brought that up with the meeting I attended with Lisa, with Hart, and also June 26, 2026, Hart meeting. Roger J. Martin, director of DTS, stated that there was a bus on Dillingham Boulevard, but there was no curb cut for the sidewalk behind it. So they rectified the problem. But another thing is, one more thing is that the city is not buying paratransit, electric paratransit vehicles. They're buying buses. And we had a meeting on June 5th for my meeting, Citizens for Parity Ride. And they said they can't get it because there's no chargers, there's no money, and the battery is a big issue when disposal. So I can't understand why they're not complying with the emissions that have been mandated by the state and the courts. That's all I have to report. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Donald. Any other community member? Okay, come on up, speaker, first and last name.
Hi, good afternoon, board. My name is Ropati Liwa. I'm from the Kalihi Valley Neighborhood Board. I'm here to report on a more positive side. We are the Kalihi Business Association Christmas Parade, and so I'm here to report on the KB parade. We started to meet. The actual parade will launch on November 27th from Kalihi Union Church down to Barrington, turn up on Wakamilo or Hoftailing, and then up to School Street, and then end at Kamehameha Shopping Center. Also, across the street at Pālama Elementary School, there will be a paina going on. And so we are starting to meet. Our first meeting will be November 24th. So if anyone is interested in marching in the parade, we would love to send you the emails that you could join us. But we just wanted to let Kalihi Pālama know because the parade does come through your neighborhood. And so we want to inform you that we will be having a meeting. We're working on the logistics and so forth and sponsorships for our parade. So everyone is welcome to participate and walk in the parade to wish our community, happy holidays, a Merry Christmas. Kalihi does start the season of the holiday season. And so we want to continue that. This will be the 77th year as the parade has been operating since 1948. So we took over because the Kalihi Business Association it was going to be dismantled. So this will be their last year as a KBA Christmas parade. The Farrington alumni did take up this parade. And so I am on the board of the Farrington Alumni Community Foundation. And so we want to continue this parade because it means a lot to our community. And so we invite the Kalihi Pālama Neighborhood Board to join us. There is a second event that I also want to mention on September 12th at Kalakaua Middle School, which is your area. There is a Kalihi Connection Coalition event that's happening on the Saturday. It's open up to the community to come. They do have clinics that are going to be there to talk about mental health and so forth with all this distraction that we're having, and as well as those who are falling one by one. A lot of them are youth members, and so this year is targeted towards the youth. Youth matters. So We Are Kalihi is the name of this event, but the theme this year is Youth Matters. And again, it's at Kalakaua.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Hi. All right, please state first, last name. Thank you.
Aloha, everybody. I'm Kikwa Aloha. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak. Well, first and foremost, I am a former candidate for House District 30, and I just want to share my aloha to the whole community, just in general, and to this neighborhood board in particular for just always sharing your love with me. One thing that I did want to talk about is during my candidacy, I spent a lot of time talking to folks in our community who have concerns about things that are a little bit closer to home. And now that I find myself with a little bit more extra time, I'm looking for ways to work closer with our neighborhood board and our community members to address some of those things which I think we can actually work on at a more grassroots level. Things like sidewalk safety, cutting grass, things that I think our kupuna really depend on. And I'm really interested in building kind of a grassroots sort of I guess coalition is the word I'm looking for. So I share that because if anybody isn't interested in talking about that, I would be more than happy. But what I'm really looking for is connections to the people in your area so I can go and chat with them and find out what their things are. I have a pretty good idea from the folks that I spoke to, but neighborhood gatekeepers are usually the better pathway. So that's all I wanted to share. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any, okay.
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board, members of the community. My name is Patrick Watson, Public Information Manager with Honua Consulting, and I'm here to provide you with an update regarding the Gulick Avenue full closure between Beckley Street and Pāhui Street. And it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, beginning the third quarter of this year and continuing to the fourth quarter of 2027. So, let me just read this. Hawaiian Dredging Construction Company and the State of Hawaii Department of Transportation will begin closing all lanes of traffic on Gulick Avenue in both northbound and southbound directions between Beckley Street and Pāhui Street from Q3 2026 through Q4 2027. These lane closures are required to safely facilitate overpass construction above the H1 freeway and will take place 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The intersection at Beckley Street and Gulick Avenue is anticipated to reopen in the fourth quarter of this year. So that's a little bit of good news. Right now it's currently closed. Business and residential driveway access will be maintained, but some delays may occur. And that's when they're taking heavy equipment or materials back and forth across that work zone. On-site personnel will assist vehicles and pedestrians around the work zones. Intermittent lane closures will continue as work is completed, so please observe signs and drive slowly in the construction zones. These closures are required for the safety of the public and our work crews, so mahalo for your patience. And if you have any questions or comments, please contact the project hotline at 808-900-3314 or email inquiries@h1widening.com. For more information, please visit the project website at www.h1widening.com. Bus service and routes may be affected. For bus information, please visit www.thebus.org or call 808-848-5555. And for real-time bus information, visit hea.thebus.org. So as we noted in our informational meeting in May, we have indicated that a couple of the bus stops along Gulick will be closed. So please pay attention to the updates regarding that. Visit our website and I give you all the information and handed it out here. And I will be providing Melissa with the information as well to put on your Google Drive. This just came out today. So mahalo.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Anybody else want to present for community? Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna go back to the city monthly reports. We have Honolulu Fire Department.
Right. Sorry, we're late. We had a car accident on the road. Firefighter Carlton Tanabe with Kalihi Fire Station right down the road. So the information previously requested for the stats of the month of July 2026, we had 2 wildland brush fires, 9 nuisance calls. Nuisance fires include rubbish fires outside of a structure or a vehicle. We had 17 alarm activations, which was no fires, just alarms going off. 219 medical emergencies, 7 motor vehicle crashes, collisions, car versus vehicle, vehicle versus vehicle, and 4 hazardous material incidents. This month's fire safety tip is emergency notifications and resources, which would be systems include HNL Alert and official government social media. You can sign up at hnlalert.gov to receive notifications. And in public alert and warning systems in Hawaii includes the emergency alert systems, wireless emergency alerts, and outdoor warning sirens. Depending on the emergency, one or more of these systems may be activated. That's all I got. You guys have any questions?
Any questions from the board? Questions from the community? All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we're gonna move on to our presentations. So first, we have Kuili Connect, DTL Hawaii, Jacob.
Hi, Chair. Chair, Vice Chair members, Jacob Aki on behalf of Detail and the Kuili Connect team. Our apologies, we had intended this month to have a presentation, but some of the slides that we really did want to share with you did get held up with some of our planning team. So we do plan to come back in a future meeting, but I did want to take the opportunity to come here to let you folks know a little bit about the project. You may have received an email from me, but we are meeting one-on-one with many different stakeholders, including neighborhood board members, both on this board as well as the Downtown China Hood Board. To really just, make sure we do that one-on-one sharing of kind of what the project is. So really the purpose of tonight is to just give you a broad oral report about the project, and that will come back hopefully next meeting or by October to actually give you a full presentation. But by then we would have hopefully met with you one-on-one to answer any questions that you have. But in short, the Kuili Connect is really the planning effort focused on the areas surrounding the future Kuili Skyline Station, which is going to be located in the Iwilei area. The project kind of, scope is looking at the 20 acres immediately by the station, which is in the Iwilei area between King Street and some of the industrial area. And really, our purpose of this project is to explore, really how this area can become more connected, walkable, and a functionable neighborhood as Skyline comes through the district. And part of it is really not focusing on building just on one property, but in really looking at the area as a whole, and asking how housing, businesses, transportation, and different infrastructure can come together to work to build what that area is going to look like in the future. The project team, this project was awarded to our collective by the city, and our team includes DTL, which I'm a part of. We're helping to lead the project management and the community engagement portion of the project. BDP is the entity that's providing the master planning and the urban design work. SSFM is supporting the transportation and the mobility planning, and Nippon is providing engineer and infrastructure work on this. So really a major part of our work and a major part of why we're engaging so early is to make sure that community has the opportunity, not to just to understand kind of what the project is, but to also share with us your concerns, and as we're in the early master planning process, to hopefully provide us with some information that can be useful as we're trying to, master plan. Part of the planning is, meeting with stakeholders like you folks. No one knows the community better than you folks. So making sure that we come back before you, not just once, but making sure that we're a regular part to make sure as we go through this process that you folks are updated every step. So really, as I mentioned, today is really just introduction to this process. And we'll continue to work with Chair and the rest of you to continue to provide updates and a future presentation, like I said, probably hopefully next month or by the October meeting. So I'm open to any questions. Probably can't answer too much of them right now, but I can definitely take down some of those questions, and I can connect with you separately, and our team can connect with you so that we can kind of share more. But looking forward to looking.
Any questions from the board?
You'll be bringing, sorry.
Yeah.
Lynn Vasquez, board member, you'll be bringing slides and pictures.
Yeah, presentation. I will bring the whole team. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I apologize. I'm waiting for Derek to mention you did email us and none of us replied. We will email you back.
Yeah, all good.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I know you guys are busy. Yeah.
So sorry, just from my perspective and what we've been hearing in last several months meeting on behalf of our community members as well as our ADA members in our
Yeah.
community. They had a lot of voice in regards to the safety and accessibility for these state
Yeah.
that's coming through.
Mhm.
So please take that into
Yeah.
consideration.
Yeah.
It's the kahunas and the families that traverse the area, especially the amount of building that's gonna be coming and happening in this area to
Yeah.
be very mindful of all the pedestrians.
Yeah, and we already started to meet with some some of the community folks. We met with some of the current legislators, and one of the top issues that have been brought to us so far has been the accessibility and the mobility issue, more so because where the station is going to be there's senior housing and there's just a bunch of stuff. So we do hear that, and that's part of what we're going to be looking at too. But in the presentation, and when we do meet with you folks, we'll have a lot of these maps that we can share, and definitely we're going to continue, and as we get through the process, there'll be larger community opportunities so that the public can come, but we wanted to make sure that this board was one of the boards that we came to first. So
Any questions from the community? All right.
okay, and just wanted to.
Okay, we have one online. Go ahead, Lisa.
I just want to make a comment. I hope you mean what you say, because in the community over here where I'm at, we've heard that so many times. They wanted to hear our input, our suggestions. We know we're not going to get all of our input that we want and stuff like that, but we've been let down so many times because none of our inputs were ever taken into consideration. So I really, really hope you mean what you say and that you will listen to the community, because like you said, nobody knows better than the community. Thank you.
Yeah, no, and just on that comment, really appreciate that comment, and that's part of our firm strategy has been to put the community voices first. As you shared, not everything is probably going to be put into the project, but making sure that we do document and that we come before you folks. And this area actually has a very special place in my heart. I was a member of this board over 10 years ago, and some of I born and raised right across Farrington High School, and my grandma still lives there. So this is a community that I traverse through every day, and making sure that not just that this project goes smooth, but also that that this is something that's going to benefit the broader community. So thank you for that concern, and the chair knows how to get a hold of me, so I'll be a frequent visitor to this board.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Thank you, members.
Thank you.
Okay, we have our next presentation, Forum Partners, Benjamin. Oh,
He's on.
oh, he's on that, okay.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see you guys. I'm here with Sam Riccio and Michael Sains, and we are here to announce a contest for the new naming of Mayorite Homes. So, Sam, would you like to take it away?
Sure. Just want to share my screen here really quick. This may be too small a font, so I apologize, but we're in the process of considering a rebranding of the future improved Mayorite Homes community, including the first phase of construction that should be starting at the end of this year. But we're opening up to a naming contest for the community. The naming contest will start from September 16th and go, August 26th, and will go through September 16th. A few top names will be selected and presented to the community, which will then be voted on by the community. We're also holding a event at Mayorite on August 26th from 4 to 6 p.m. We'd love to hear from members of the community along with the residents. If there are any in attendance today or any residents on site, we'd love to hear from you guys and get your input. And that's our brief update and notification we wanted to present to the board. You can submit naming suggestions at mayoritehomes.com. And that's all I got for today.
All right, thank you. Any questions from the board?
No.
Okay,
When was the meeting that they were talking about, like community event, or was this
Patrick.
Yeah, it's on August 26th from 4 to 6 p.m. So we'll all be on site along with the HPHA development staff. We'll do a brief presentation and then just kind of open it up for a talk story with the community to hear from you guys. So, and that's on site.
I got a question, Chair Cullen. With the renaming, it has a lot to do with not only the current residents, but prior residents, as well as the neighboring schools. So have you guys taken that to the schools as well as the impact of what's to come? Students might be leaving the school and things like that, where schools need to prepare for staffing, lack thereof.
Sure. So I can answer that really quick. And this is, I'm assuming, just more into relation of the new property that's going to be constructed.
Yes, for me, I'm an educator at the middle school in the area, and I shared this flyer with my students, and we're gonna participate in that naming of the community. So it takes a lot of building background first with the kids, so they'll take it more seriously than not. So I was just wondering about the other elementaries and High Ridge, Costa, if they can go into the community, at least speak to admin of these schools about the naming of
Sure.
Mayorite.
I appreciate that input. That isn't something we've done specifically on this naming contest, but we can definitely reach out to DOE and coordinate through them as well and participating on the naming and branding of the new tower.
Thank you. Any more questions from the board? Questions from the community?
Donald.
Oh, okay, Donald?
Thank you.
Can you hear me, Chair?
Yes, go ahead, Donald.
Okay, yeah, Donald Slocum again, President of Citizens for a Fair AD Right. I deal with paratrans and handy van. Thank you for your presentation. But Mayorite Housing, we have an individual that is in a wheelchair. He was injured. And the city has bought these rear handy vans with a lift on the back. And there's no curb cut. Can you make sure that when you renew the contract accessibility, that you have curb cuts for these type of vehicles, because it's very difficult for the individuals with disabilities. Thank you.
Ben? Okay, any more comments from the community? Okay, Seeing none, that's it for our presentations. We're gonna move on to city elected officials, 3 minutes each. We're gonna start off with Mayor Rick Blanchard, who's representative, Deputy Director Stephen Courtney, Department of Information Technology.
Good evening to Pālama Neighborhood Board members and residents. My name is Stephen Courtney, the Mayor's representative and Deputy Director for the Department of Information Technology. I have some highlights from the Mayor's newsletter for August 2026. That link, along with other information, can be found in the chat. The Department of Customer Services is leading a statewide effort to modernize Hawaii's driver's license and state identification card system, introducing a redesigned credential that combines cutting-edge security technology with a fresh Hawaii-inspired look. The new cards began production last month and represent the first major redesign of Hawaii's driver's license and state IDs since 2009. The City and County of Honolulu reached another milestone in its long-term vision for the Iwilei-Kuwilei district with the $2.7 million acquisition of 519 Ka'aha Street. Mayor Rick Blanchard joined city leaders and project partners to announce the purchase, which closed on June 30th and supports the city's ongoing transit-oriented development strategy. In front of a packed house at Mission Memorial Auditorium, David Lazard took his oath of office and was officially sworn in as the Honolulu Police Department's 13th Chief of Police. A 33-year veteran of the San Francisco Police Department, Chief Lazard pledged to make Honolulu the safest place in America by serving and protecting the community with aloha. The city celebrates the 250th anniversary of America with a parade and reading of the Declaration of Independence at Honolulu Hale. The Honolulu Department of Transportation Services is lowering speed limits in school zones across Oahu to improve roadway safety, as legislated by City Council Ordinance 25-32. Posted speed limits on city roadways that border a school will be changed from 25 miles per hour when children are present to 20 miles per hour between the hours of 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on school days only. We are Kalihi Youth Matter. Join us on Saturday, September 12th, 2026 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at King David Kalakaua Middle School for a day of celebrating Kalihi. We Are Kalihi Youth Matter is a free, family-friendly event featuring cultural crafts, snacks, fresh produce, community health resources, and entertainment. Youth Climate Action Fund application window is now open. The City, Mayor's Office of Climate Change, Sustainability, and Resiliency, and the Honolulu Youth Commission are implementing the Youth Climate Action Fund, which supports Oahu's youth with up to $4,999 to design and implement a climate project. Applications will be accepted from July 27th, 2026 through September 7th, 2026. To learn more and submit an application, please visit www.resilientoahu.org/YCAF. That's www.resilientoahu.org/YCAF. I have 3 departmental issues for follow-up. Number 1, resident Sakamoto requested the ADA guideline report for the Dillingham Rail Station and nearby bus stops. HART responded. As we have previously mentioned, HART does not have an Americans with Disabilities Act accessible walkway plans for the Dillingham Boulevard construction area, nor does it have an Americans with Disabilities Act ADA guidelines report for the Dillingham project. For traffic and pedestrian walkway standards, the rail construction project follows the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices, that's MUTCD standards, which are fully compliant with ADA. We are happy to provide a copy of these standards. We encourage calling at 808-566-2299. That's 808-566-2299, or email info@honolulutransit.org to receive a copy of these standards or for any questions about the project. Number two, lack of sidewalks on Gullick Street. Resident Faatea raised concerns about the absence of sidewalks on Gullick Street, citing 3 children struck on the road near Kalihi Elementary School and 2 elderly women who fell nearby, and asked which agency has jurisdiction over sidewalk construction in the area. Your Heart responded, Gullick Avenue between North King Street and North School Street is identified as a Tier 1 priority missing walkway project in the Oahu Pedestrian Plan 2022. And as such, it has been selected for project funding in the first phase of the city's new Safe Streets for All Walkways program. This project is managed by the Department of Transportation Services and is currently in the design phase. The design phase of the project is anticipated to run through 2028, and the project is expected to be bid on construction in 2029 using 80% federal funds and 20% local matching funds. You can find updates and more information about this sidewalk project on our website at www.honolulu.gov/complete-streets/Kalihi. That's www.honolulu.gov/complete-streets/Kalihi. This includes a project fact sheet, the design concept, and the presentation shared at a recent neighborhood board meeting. And lastly, in regards to city staff vacancies for parks, police, and public services, the question is, why are city department budgets approved at full staffing levels while positions remained unfilled and fees continue to rise without corresponding service improvements? BFS responded, in the current fiscal year 2027 operating budget, the city reallocated $31.5 million in salaries for vacant positions in order to fund operations across the city. Despite annual increases due to collective bargaining agreements, inflation, and other increases, the cost of fuel, energy, and goods, the current budget addresses core services without expanding the cost or size of government. If you have any non-emergency issues with the city to report, please use HNL 311 and use hnl.info as your one-stop shop for updates from the city. That concludes the mayor's report. Mahalo. Are there any questions from the board?
Any questions from the board? I'd like to share something. Neighborhood boards were invited to meet with Chief Lazar and to share our input in regards to his strategic plan for our community. So I had shared it there, but I'm gonna share it here as well, because I think not only getting our input then and there, but also to do checkups or pivots every 3 months, revisit whatever the plan is when it comes to the neighborhood board concerns. At that time, I had also reached out for D1 to do some community policing work within D1's area. Area schools do not receive that from D1. So I was hoping we could get some action on that through Chief Lazar's office. I did speak to Kaipo Paiva, who heads the community policing. I'm still waiting on a response from Shiraishi from D1. D5 is very active, so I was hoping we'd get some of that on our end from D1. And that's about it on my part. That's it for me. Any community concerns? Okay, go ahead,
I see
Lisa.
one hand up.
Sure, you might want to repeat.
Lisa?
Okay, I have a question and you can get back to me at the next meeting or before. My name is Lisa Hasso, sorry. Um, I was told, and I understand that there was an American Disability Act committee and the mayor dissembled it or is no longer there, and I would like to know why. And somebody with a disability, among other people that I've heard from, would like that committee to come back because I think that will help. It won't completely solve the problem, but I think it would help tremendously when it comes to situations that I've been dealing with heart. That's just one example. And that is my question. Thank you.
Okay, Donald, go ahead, Donald.
Hello, Chair Donald Sakamoto for the record. What Lisa's talking about is the Mayor's Committee for Persons with Disability. The Mayors of Persons with Disability was formerly when Jeremy Harris was there. Then Mufi came in, our illustrious mayor. Then Peter Carlisle came in. Peter Carlisle brought this committee back in 2012. After he left, Kurt Carlisle came in and for 2 terms did not bring this committee back. I advocated to bring this committee back with the current mayor, but there's pushback by certain people, by the Community Services Department, Anton Kraki and some others, as well as Krishna Jerem, the managing director. We met with him in June of this year to urge him to have the mayor bring it back, but he said there's too many committees. And I don't understand because you have a elderly committee, and then now you have a youth committee, and where's the D for disabled? So that's my concern is, he said there's too many committees, but they did a youth commission committee. So I'm very puzzled. But that's a history about what's going on that Lisa's talking about. We need a voice for people with disabilities, and myself who's blind, physically disabled, people who are not kapunas, but ordinary people with disabilities. But for some reason, this administration doesn't want to bring it back. So that's my Julia. Thank you.
Okay, I will ask about about this ADA committee with the managing director.
All right.
Please do. Thank you.
Any more community sharing? Okay, that's it. Thank you very much, Stephen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're gonna move on now to Councilmember Radiant Cordero's office.
Aloha Chair, members of the board and the community. My name is Dee Hayashida from Councilmember Cordero's office and will be delivering the report tonight. Paper reports were dropped off earlier today and I have put a link in the chat for anyone who's online. So Councilmember wanted to get a message across to everyone to continue to exercise caution over roads following Tropical Storm Lala and to report any emergency to 911. And she also wants to make everyone aware that school is back in session and that the children and kupunas in crosswalks, so please be careful around the school zones. Also on her report on the first page, she has some information about insurance claims that you could go through following Tropical Storm Lala. Page 2 of her report are updates on the community concerns, where our office received a concern regarding Pu'uhale Road traffic signage. Councilmember staff conducted a site visit along Pu'uhale Road to assess the placement of the one-way signage. The inspection confirmed that one-way signs are installed at every cross street along Pu'uhale Road. So it is, it is clear and consistent. Reporting on the 901 Gulick Avenue area that Kirsten had reported on, we did meet with the Honolulu Police Department, our office, and Kirsten. And I know Kirsten reported that the activities are starting up again. So we would encourage you to continue with the plans that we had talked about continuing to call HPD every time there's an occurrence that's happening. And moving on would be the next phase of the transit-oriented redevelopment, which will begin at the former Delight Bakery site. You can find information there. Page 3 would be some of the things that Councilmember had attended in the community for summer fun program, real property tax savings. And she honored Halal Hi'aka Ina Makalehua for their win at the 63rd annual Mary Marnot. And page 4, we have the Transportation Improvement Program project updates, which you can see the Dillingham Boulevard Complete Streets Design, Sand Island Access Road Truckway Station, and electric vehicle facilities. She also wanted to report that the city is lowering school zone speed limits to improve safety for Oahu students. And Farrington High School will be the first on the list. That's in our district. Page 5, we have the redesigned driver's license available through the online portal. And this would be for duplicate license only. So if you still have the old one, you can get a duplicate for the new design license. And also, driver's license centers are adjusting their schedules. Kapalama Driver's License Center is Tuesdays and Thursdays since there's been a lot of license renewals. And on page 6, you can find information on weigh in on water priorities. There's a link or a QR code that you can visit the survey. And legislative updates, Bill 41 relating to transportation and electric bikes and scooters. You can find information there. And on the last page are our calendar of events with our committee meetings, which will be held next week. Anyone has any questions, I'll be happy to answer or take it back to the office.
Any questions from the board? Okay, I got a question. I don't know if your office can answer this, but you mentioned about the TOD and the development near Delight Bakery's parcel. Diagonally across from that is an eminent domain parcel from a family-owned business that ran over 20 years in the making. And then a block towards OCCC, there's the Blood Bank of Hawaii, and it was listed today that city paid $6 million to Blood Bank of Hawaii for that parcel. And the other family-owned business a block away had their property eminent domain. So I don't know if you can answer that right here today, but please take that back and share some insight with the community on that, because that affects us.
Okay, I will take that back and we'll report it at the next meeting.
Okay, I
Thank
see
you.
some hands in the community up. Okay, Donald, go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, Chair, members of the Neighborhood Board 15, Donald Sakamoto Pereka. Thank you for your report. I am the president of Citizens for a Fair area. I deal with the public transportation Honolulu. I reached out to Robert Sato, your staff member, on a phone call this time, urging Council Member Radin Cordero, I believe she's the chair of transportation, infrastructure, and all that, to have an update, a meeting for paratransit bus from Department of Transportation Service and Oahu Transit Service. Last meeting was in August of 2023 with Council Member DeSanto Tan update. And he said in the meeting, we're going to have a meeting next year, but never happened. He was no longer the chair. So there are a lot of things going on with wrong vehicles being purchased, cyber attack at Oahu Transit of loss of $300,000 for the shutdown of the holo card on the buses. I would like to know if you can relay a message to Council Member Radin Cordero to schedule a meeting update with Department of Transportation and Oahu Transit on the bus, handy van, and Skyline, what's going on. Thank you.
Okay, I'll mention that to her and Robert. Thank you, Donald.
Thank you.
Here we have Kirsten.
Hi, Kirsten Liana, just regarding the 901 Gulick Ave ongoing nuisance. So I understand that HPD needs to be contacted when an incident is actively occurring, but that's what we've been doing for the past couple of months. So my question is, what is the long-term or preventative strategy for this ongoing issue?
As of right now, the only thing that I can tell you is to just continue contacting HPD. That's that's information that we get from HPD, and that's what we kind of came to a conclusion when we met with them. So and I know for Hawaiian Snow, um, it was said that they are not on their property. This occurrences are not happening on their property. So
Um,
there's
yeah,
nothing, I mean, we can't force Hawaiian Snow to add more things, security measures to their building.
so as residents, we just have to call every single weekend or when this happens
That's what
again.
HPD is saying, yes. Yes,
Is there
that's
anything to look into with the owners of the property business where these employees are coming from or where these tenants live that are coming to Hawaiian Snow property?
um you know, we did send a letter to 2020 Waterhouse. We did, you know, how we suggested that day when we met. So we did send a letter to the property management department, who handles that building. We did not get a response.
Okay.
So
The only
you
thing
could,
is it's a new property that is also involved, so it's just the whole neighborhood area that is
right.
connected with the ham produce and seafood company employees and their tenants that they house in this area on Gulick and Waterhouse and on Bannister.
Mhm. I don't know if your property owner can contact the other neighboring apartment buildings to report what's going on, but that would have to, I believe that would have to be the building owner to take that direction. I can take it back to the office and we can discuss this further. But for now, we ask you to continue calling HPD whenever the occurrences are happening. Okay, thank you.
I'd like to go back, this is Chair Cullen, this is just to speak to, Kirsten's concern. We do have a resolution, but because of quorum, we aren't able to address it at this time, so please do know, the board supports, in pushing this forward once we get quorum. All right, thank you. Lisa, go ahead, Lisa.
This is Lisa Hosso. Yes, can you pass along to Radiant that what I had mentioned earlier? Would like to hear from District 5 because, like I said, there's a lot of people, adults, that smoke weed in that parking lot. And the school knows, but I know they contacted the police, but there's not much they can do because it's not on school property. But it's just so sad that in the morning when we're walking our children to school or picking up our children to school, they're sitting there and they're smoking. And also there is a group of young boys, we're not sure if they're from the housing. I live in the housing, I live in Kahumano. They have come into our housing, they're sitting on our stairways, smoking, drinking. And some of us do call, I personally haven't seen it. I've seen them during the day, but a lot of people are afraid to call the police and everything because we have a lot of elderlies that's seen this. So yeah, I would like to work with her to see how we can get this done and get District 5 back into our community because they haven't been in our community for years and years. So I would
Okay,
appreciate that. Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your report. We're gonna move on to Councilmember Tyler DeSantos Tam. His representative.
Aloha Chair, aloha board members and community members. This is Lynn Robinson for Councilmember Dos Santos Town. I'm dropping his newsletter into the chat and I won't, lots of good updates. policy updates, legislative updates, but also stuff that he's been doing in the community. I've been working closely. I'm the constituent services director in the office, so I've been working very closely with folks that live in the district that were affected by the storm. And HECO, the Government Affairs Office, did ask me to report to you folks that if there are, because we know there are still some pockets in the district without power, that it's best to call 855-304-1212. And my understanding is that they're, you can leave messages, but they're actually picking up the phone at that number. I will put that in the chat as well. But they're calling it their trouble line, and they're saying that it's the best place to report. So if any of you are still out of power, or you have friends or family that you know are still affected and the power has not been restored, please pass along that number. I've also been working very closely with the Department of Urban Forestry, who is inundated because of the downed trees. But if you know of trees that need to be removed and they're city trees, please reach out to our office, and maybe we can help you folks. There's a duf@honolulu.gov is also an email that you can use, but I'd be happy to help. They've been very responsive, although we don't have timelines. They're very responsive and have created service requests, and I'm getting feedback from constituents that the trees have been removed. So I'm more than happy to help with that, and I'll put my contact information in the chat. And I think that's all I have for now, other than to tell everybody to stay as safe and dry as you can, because it looks like there's another storm coming. And if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to take them back to council member or help where I can.
Okay, any questions from board? Okay, we got one.
Hi, Lynn, Board Member Fiosa. Can you please request to remove the no turn on red signs on School Street and the intersection of School Street and Kalihi Street?
Say that streets again.
Kalihi Street and School Street. Reason being is with the widening of H1, they're gonna shut down the Gulick bridge, and traffic is already horrendous. And with a no turn on red with the 35 mile per hour speed limit, I'm just trying to alleviate the traffic just a little bit, because we're gonna be affecting 6 schools and a lot of angry residents. Thank you.
Okay. I will put in that request. And I'll do it first thing in the morning. Do you want to reach out to me so that I have your contact information to follow up with you when we do get a response from the Department of Transportation Services?
Yes, please. I'll get it from Melissa.
Okay, good. That would be great.
I got a question.
Okay.
Since we're on that subject,
Come up here and say your first and last name.
stand up.
Yeah.
I get money off on the TV.
No, right here, this here, the mic. You have a microphone right here.
They can hear you. My voice doesn't carry. Anyway, because of the one that she's talking about, it backs up on School Street and it pushes everybody down Leilani Street, Gulick, and that one, I think it might be Dement, or the one between Gulick and Leilani Street. Then it shoves everybody down Lohilani and Leilani Street, bottlenecks, and then they shove it down on Fernandez to get back on Leilani, Leaky. Now, it's only gonna get worse. When they start closing down Gulick overpass, it's gonna shove everybody into my neighborhood. Now, I haven't attended a meeting in a long time because I thought this meeting is useless because nobody did nothing for us. There's been many people that's been before me, and there's probably going to be a lot of younger generations after me. And all we ask is to help slow traffic down.
There's 2 elementaries within a half-mile away. A school park less than 100 yards away from my house, from Fernandez and Lohilani. Lohilani is right the entrance to that park and Leilani. But, you know, resolutions, I mean, we're looking at whoever is on that screen, whoever is on this board for help. I mean, you guys asked us for solutions. We gave you guys solutions. You guys turned it down, flat out turned it down. Some of the solutions we came up with was speed bumps, but because of the structure of the road, there's no storm drains, no sidewalks. We couldn't put it, but you know, I've seen other neighborhoods with speed bumps, you know. Now, if you guys, I don't know where you guys live in this neighborhood, because this is a neighborhood board meeting, but you know how I'm trying my best not to swear, and this is easy words. I'm swearing, but do you know how crappy it is to try and pull out of your driveway and you get guys swearing at you, honking their horn at you, and making you feel like you're the inconvenience? You know, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get real bad. You know, and this is us. I'm one of them that is reaching out to you folks again. It's gonna get bad again because of the fact that Gulick is gonna be shutting down. Like you said, that right-hand turn coming down Leaky Leaky. Hey, those people haul ass. You know, we pull out from Fernandez to go on the road, and that's 25 miles an hour. That speed limit is 25 miles an hour. These guys are poking, but you know, it is what it is. And I've seen throughout the years, I've seen somebody bang a kid on a bike and get out and yell at the kid for riding the bike on the street. You know, they think that that's a main road, and that is civilians, pedestrians. That's not priority. A shortcut is priority. So once again, I'm asking you guys for your guys' help, everybody. We came up with solutions. You guys shut us down. Opening that sign that she's asking for is some type of help. You know what I mean? If they can keep going, they'll stay on that road. But since that they cannot turn on red, they're gonna find else ways to turn, and then they're gonna speed through our neighborhoods at 8 o'clock in the morning, bottleneck. When I pull out for work, I open my gate, you know, bottleneck. They honk their horns at me. My father is 80 something years old, or 82 years old. He ain't moving anytime soon, you know. And if I catch somebody yelling at my father, you know what I mean? Use your imagination. But yeah, please, let's all work together as a team, and let's figure something out.
One more comment. Thank you for voicing your concern. I also live in the area. I live in Beckley, and it's been trash ever since they closed my street. But also, if the stop signs wouldn't be an option, I've already reached out to DMK and to Shirley Temple about possibly changing our school start time to 8:30, just like Monolua, just to alleviate the traffic, or just so if they're whipping it down on Kalihi, so the kids are safe, everyone's safe. They start later, everyone's kind of staggered, just to alleviate some of those problems.
Oh,
Yeah,
so speak. One more thing, if I can add, I apologize.
Bust them out.
You know, our neighborhood is so small. If you guys know anything about that streets I'm talking about, I have to come around, so I have to go down because I want my vehicle facing down. My truck is a big truck. And my car is but I usually come down Leilani Street. So if I come down from Fernandez, I have to go around by Adelaide and turn around and come around and turn left on Leilani, on the high side of Leilani, near School Street. Now, that one corner, sometimes the new tenants, the new owners of that house across the street has a van. You cannot see what's coming up Leilani. If Leilani has a green light, that guy is booking. And I will not see that guy because my hood of my car is going to be sticking out. And by the time that's 4 or 5 feet in front of me. And by that time I'm sticking out and I'm only rolling. I'm gonna whack the guy. And that already happened once and I'm liable because I cannot see down Leilani Street, Mackay Bound. And I mean, we need some sort of solution because there's a lot of new people building big houses without any parking, and they're parking. If there's some type of emergency, fire department, ambulance, they ain't getting nowhere if they gotta go inside that part of the neighborhood because my truck can barely fit, and I'm a good driver. So that's very, very tight neighborhoods. You know, but the people parking, they don't. All 4 tires are on the asphalt. So I'll just stick to those 2 things, and I'll just leave it at that for now.
So I do think we were talking about a couple of different things, right? We're talking about the traffic backing up because of the no turn on red. And just so you know, we can put in that request. I don't want anybody to think that we're shutting anything down. When we put in that request, it goes to the engineers at the Department of Transportation Services, and they do an assessment. I assume that they'd be weighing, the whether or not it would be safe for whatever reason they thought that it was unsafe for people to be able to turn on red. But I want you to know that I fully hear what you're saying about now we have extenuating circumstances because of the construction and the road closures over there, that maybe they can reassess. So we can ask them to do that. It's just, we can't expedite it. We can't force it, but we can absolutely write a narrative like you've just shared so that we can make a compelling argument for, making it a no turn on red. And then,
let me jump in there, Lynn.
Sure.
Okay, that area has been assessed twice, and it is the State Department of Transportation because Liki
Oh.
is a highway and it crosses
Because of the
with
Liki. Oh, I
School
see.
Street. Exactly. And
Okay.
For the
Kalihi
record,
Valley
sorry.
Neighborhood Board has complained about that, and so has Eleva. And so they have done 2 assessments, and each time have come back to say that people is assessed based on the number of traffic. They've slowed it down to 25 miles, and it's not us shutting it down. Again, it is Department of Transportation, the engineering is looking at it and saying that it needs to stay that way. And they've brought up the issue with the backup traffic, everything like that. And unfortunately, the department has assessed it, and we can ask them again.
But it is
I
DOT.
just thought I'd share.
It is
DOT.
state.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ed Sniffen himself has appeared at the neighborhood board to talk about that issue.
I appreciate your
Can you
inputs,
just
Senator.
Senator, for the record.
Yes.
Senator, just for the record.
Okay, now oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, Senator Donna Mercado Kim, is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand him this team package.
Yeah, I think I see one over here.
Okay.
I have 2 more on my.
I do want to
Okay.
circle back to make sure that I can help address the issue of the congested streets because of parking and get enforcement over there. Because we do not want a situation where emergency vehicles cannot, access all homes or that the rubbish can't be picked up. And that does seem like that's something that would fall on the city side. So, but can someone please pass on my contact information to make sure so that I can, or I'd be happy to give a call to have more. So I have the details of each of the streets and kind of closest addresses and where vans might be parking to close to the intersection, all of that. I will follow up and make sure that I.
Will do.
Okay.
I'll get all the information. Thank you.
I really
and send it
appreciate
over.
that. And I appreciate everyone bringing up your concerns.
Thank you. Okay, we got somebody else in our presence.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Aloha ke koe ke aloha. Hi, Lynn. How are you?
Aloha.
I think for when I'm hearing these concerns too, so I last month was also in that same area and also almost got hit by a car. So I guess hearing what Diosa was saying and hearing what the other community member was saying, it sounds like there's two overlapping things between state and city. So I'm wondering what the best way to, I guess, bring everybody to the table to talk about this. What do you think is the best way to do that? Should we contact your folks' office and maybe also Shirley Templo's office to talk about that, the different barriers and the issues that we're facing? Because there's multiple solutions and multiple issues that I think kind of cross both of those. So I guess I just want to know the best way to bring everybody to the table, first off. And secondly, also just to add to the right turn thing, that traffic light on School Street, when you're trying to cross Like is short as hell. Yeah.
I just want to say that the best way is for the board to invite the DOT, Department of Transportation director to come or his representative, and also to have DTS come because they do have School Street to also be there. But that's the best way because no matter what we say, the decisions are left up to them and we have no control. So to have them come to the neighborhood board.
Yeah, at least what's come up here kind of are two separate issues. I mean, I guess that the School Street intersects, that's a thing, but the city street part of it would be squarely in the council members lane and our lane, and the other would be in the state lane. Now, that being said, we work collaboratively extensively. So it's not, so if at any time anyone thinks that it's, Senator is correct. Agendize the DTS and the DOT and have them answer questions directly is the best thing to do in this situation. That being said,
thank you.
We would be happy to do a joint community meeting to discuss community concerns when everyone's schedules permit. But it's kind of.
Thank you, Lynn.
Councilmember and myself did one, a couple months ago?
Yeah. I mean, it does happen.
Pālama, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. We have another community member online.
Donald first.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Donald.
Yeah, thank you, Chair and members of the board of Neighborhood 15. Don Sakamoto. Lynn, thank you for your report. Please express my gratitude to Councilmember DeSantos Tan. When Bill 54 came up for increases for bus handyman Skyline, he voted no with two other council members. I credit for him doing that, but it still passed with a higher increase. Regarding State Department of Transportation highways, you should deal with Robin Shishiro, he's deputy director, and he does all highways. I'll give you his contact in an email, so you can reach out to him, so he help you with that coalition with Department of Transportation, DOT. But please express if the Santos Dam council member can ride the paratransit and handy van with somebody in his community, because the vans are not accessible. They're very narrow, the Ford Sunset Transit, the rear lift, and dangerous stairways as a blind individual. I have a hard time, and others. Thank you.
Thank you, Donald. Would you like to, would you be willing to ride with council member?
Anytime, any place, just give me an email, we work out dates.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For sure, we'll circle back.
All right, thank you. We have Lisa online.
Hello, thank you. This is Lisa Hasso. I just want to make a comment after hearing that man's story. I just want to express to all of you, especially our representatives, our senators, council members, all of you guys, please, because I agree with him. Nobody knows better than the community. We face the same problems with traffic over here by our school. We have Kalihi, we have Pu'uhale, we have Kalakaua, and we have Farrington. And I know Farrington is having issues on the side. I'm very bad at street. I think it's Kalihi Street by KFC up there. So please listen to the community because we know our area better, you know, and we know our representative can help me because I had one prove that to me over and over.
Thank you,
So
Lisa.
that's all we're asking. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Lisa. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Please, I'm here to help.
All right, thank you. We got one more online, Liana? Kirsten?
Galen Wong.
Oh, Galen Wong. Galen
Hello.
Wong.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I'm the Department of Transportation representative for the Highways Division. I've been listening to you guys' concern, and I understand the the problem because I even live in the area and I even use Leilani because I live here and I know the traffic patterns, and I work with our staff. I'm the acting ASO, and I'm assigned to this neighborhood board. This is my second meeting, I think, second or third meeting, and we're gonna make a presentation next month on the the overpass park thing planning. But also, yeah, I understand your concerns, and I also have my own problems with that intersection in that um the Diamond Head bound traffic on School Street going across the highway is shorter than the one that going on the Everbound because those lanes use a lot of the left turns because a lot of people have to access the Leaky Highway and the H1 from that left turn from coming from the Camp Shopping Center area. So I will have to talk to our engineers or our traffic branch people. I mean, should look at maybe doing it as one way where both the left turn and the straight turn goes so much time, like a couple minutes, and then they can switch it to the left and straight going the other way for so many minutes. It might help alleviate. But right now, because they do the one left turn on both sides, and usually one side takes more longer, is the reason why the Diamond Head bound lane from School Street is way shorter and it backs up the traffic. And then, yeah, a lot of people use the Leilani Street to get onto the highway because of the red light and the no turn. And because they also got the red light running cameras and the speed cameras on that intersection. But the thing about the red light camera, it won't catch you for making a right turn on red. The law is only if they catch you going straight across the School Street, will catch you on the lights on if you make that red light on the straight ahead going straight across the freeway or across School Street. But it won't catch you for making that right turn. That's one thing that the law doesn't allow us to. Yeah. So we gotta hopefully we gotta talk to our traffic people and I'll get back to you next month. And yeah, so if anything that comes up with highways, you can just email me. You don't need to email Robin. Robin is my supervisor, my boss. I worked under him, so I'm assigned to this neighborhood board, and I will be attending all your neighborhood boards. So anytime you have any questions or concerns with highways, just direct it to me, and I'll take care of it and get back to you in the next month's meetings. So I understand the concerns, and I'm also a Kalihi resident, and I know the areas, and I hate to say that I do drive on that Leilani Street to get to the freeway because I know how long it takes to get across or get to that traffic intersection on School Street. And I had kids, and my wife does take our nephew to the Pālama Elementary School and stuff like that. So we understand the problem at that intersection, and now with Leilani and all that too. So I'll get back to you. I'll talk to our staff offices and try to get something going And
Okay,
hopefully we can
by next
push it.
month's meeting, yeah, please come, ready
Yeah, we'll
to.
be there next month with our planning office on that overpass park project
Okay,
they
but
want to
also
try to plan. Yeah.
with some, answers regarding the community concerns shared tonight. And we got one
Yeah.
more board member who wants to.
Just to be clear, crystal clear. So what you're saying, Mr. Wong, is we can turn right on red. That is on Olelo.
No, the cameras won't catch you, but you're
Okay,
not
but
supposed to
just
make the
saying
right
it.
turn on red. But the cameras won't catch you on those type of
So the
things.
cameras are catchable. Will HPD catch me? Can I just say Mr. Wong said can't?
But don't see that I told you guys that one. That's the way the camera works. It will only catch you going. It will only catch you going straight ahead. So if you make that right turn at right when the red light hits and it catches you making that right turn, it won't catch you for the right turn on red because the cameras don't work like that. It only works going straight one way or the other, going straight on School Street or straight on Lake Kalihi. But don't tell people that I told you. But that's the way the law works.
Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna move on now to our community updates. I see Selena Gentowski in the house. US Army Garrison Hawaii Military Report.
Member Moore is online, so you have form.
Oh, that form.
Hi, Selena.
Okay, good evening, Chair, members of the board. Sorry I haven't been here for the past couple months. Just a couple announcements. Our next two hiring fairs are on August 24th at Halimano Military Reservation Training Room and September 15th, same place, but at the gym. They open at 8:30, end at 2. They're open to the public. People who are wanting to apply should bring 2 references, proof of ID, social security card, resume, application. You can apply online or you can apply there. For those folks who are wanting to work in CYS, there's a variety of benefits such as retirement. You have access to all recreational facilities, discounted training care, or discounted childcare, training, and commissary MPX privileges. Most of our training is happening this month over in Schofield Barracks and East Range. So if anybody's really excited about the training, I can send you the training advisory. Our Nakoa Wounded Warrior Canoe Regatta was rescheduled from August 15th to this coming Saturday on the 22nd. It's over at Fort DeRussy Beach Park, starts at 7:40 and it ends at 4. It's for veterans and Gold Star family members. And then my last announcement is our annual training is happening again this year. It starts in like sometime in October. It's going to run from like October to November, right? The actual training days are sometime like first or second week of November. I don't have the exact dates yet, but you'll start to see more military vehicles and possibly air traffic in the air more than usual. And then as we get closer to that training, I'll have better dates. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Thank you. Questions from the community? All right, thank you. Thank you. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our state elected officials. Senator Carl Rhodes.
Hello. Good evening. Councilmember Kader already mentioned about outages. So if you do have a power outage, there's a website to contact with TECO. It's hawaiianelectric.com/safety-and-outages/power. Anyway, if you go to their website and look for filing a report, you can find it. They have a lot of latitude as to whether or not they want to give you the money. Basically, they say it has to be their fault. I had a bill about this a couple of years ago because I'm not even arguing with them that it's often not their fault, but it's also not our fault that our power went out. But somebody has to pay for the stuff, all the stuff in your refrigerator that goes bad or in your freezer or whatever. So anyway, that's a place where you can make claims. Like I said, don't hold your breath about getting it because it technically needs to be their fault, but it's worth making the claim. Unfortunately, COVID is going around again. It's back to high. It had dropped down to medium a couple weeks ago, and I was feeling good about it, but it's back up. Just a couple of other notes on, they've come out with a new flu vaccine. It's an mRNA flu vaccine, and the studies are that it's 27% more effective, and the reason it is because they can match up the type of flu that's going around that year quicker. And so you're more likely to have it targeted. And I don't know about all of you, but I've had flu years where I took the shot, but they missed the target changed between when I took the shot and I was exposed. So this reduces that time. Right now, there's not a lot of supply, so it's probably something you have to ask your doctor about, but it's really aimed at people in their 50s and 60s that are at a little higher risk. The other interesting thing about that mRNA technology was that they've just today, if you were lucky enough to own Moderna stock, it went up by like 150%. And the reason is because they have it looks like they now have what's essentially sort of a reverse vaccine for pancreatic cancer. I don't know. I mean, that's, as probably many of you know, that's one of the most difficult ones to catch because you just don't catch it until it's too late. So, my Senate, the guy that sat next to me in the Senate when I first moved there, Green Arimoto, died of pancreatic cancer. U.S. Representative Mark Takei died of pancreatic cancer at age 42. So what this does is basically they take a picture of your own cancer, and it tells I don't think it's technically a vaccine, but you insert it back in, and the mRNA tells your body that this is what you're looking for, this is what you're trying to kill. So it's still in its infancy in terms of this application, but if it's promising and if it works, it's in tremendous news. So that's a total aside. We'll move on to the next issue. And of course, we did just have an election, but don't forget that there is a general election. A general election ballots will hit mailboxes no later than October 16. And of course, I'm still in office for another 2.5 months.
Yeah.
So you're always welcome to call 586-6130, 586-6130. And my email is senroads, SENRHOADS, capital.hawaii.gov, and I'll help if I can.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Questions from the community? Donald. Okay, Donald, go ahead.
Donald.
Donald?
Yeah, Chair Donald Sakamoto. Thank you, Senator Rose, for your report. Is your district located on Bachelor Street, Kuakini, where Ho'opono is, the agency for the blind?
Yes.
Okay, there's a problem. We have 7 positions at Ho'opono. They're down to 2 people out of 5 are been out for a while. And as a graduate of Ho'opono, for the blind, I took the courses I passed in 2011 with remarkable amazement with Braille, carpentry, and mobility and everything else. Can you look into why they're down to 5 positions not being filled for some years now? Everybody's quitting, and there's something wrong with that. And regarding with accessible crosswalks, there was a bill that was introduced, but it didn't go to conference committee. It's very important for blind people, especially crossing crosswalks with left turn. As a blind individual, sleep shaded, it was very difficulty at Liliha and School Street, where McDonald's is. There was a challenge with the freeway. The noise level is not easy to walk over there. So if you can check into that, or somebody from the Senate and House.
I'm sorry, say the location in Liliha and School and which?
School by McDonald's.
You know
It's
where McDonald's is on School Street?
Yeah.
There's Liliha Library further down. I crossed there. It's very difficult with the noise and wind and a freeway. So there needs to be audible crosswalks over there.
So what are you crossing? You're crossing Liliha or you're crossing School?
Both ways, because we have now
Both
there's
ways.
no food land. We do our shopping. Yeah, we have to go to Times, and walking with sleep shades is very difficult for people who are blind like myself to traverse. Yeah.
Okay, I'm writing it down. I'll find out what I can.
Appreciate
Okay.
it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any more community members? All right, seeing none, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay, we are now moving on to Senator Donna Kim.
Was there?
She's muted.
Probably in a meeting.
She's muted, so.
Oh, just Senator Donna Mercado Kim? No? Okay, we're gonna go on.
She's online.
I'm
but
sorry.
she's-
I'm sorry, I was
Okay.
muted. Aloha, everyone. Just want to also add in that congratulate all the candidates who ran for office and those that got in. Also, Kalihi has a low turnout rate, so I hope that we'll get a better rate turnout for the general election. With all the havoc that was caused by Lala, I know there'll be a lot of people that may want to claim insurance, and so you can contact DCCA, and they will help you as far as with the insurance. There's your homeowner's insurance, hurricane insurance, flood insurance. So these are the different areas in which you can possibly file a claim. And again, if you go to DCCA insurance at dccahawaii.gov, they can be able to help you do that. I'm also following up on issue that was brought up by the 11 Neighborhood Board regarding equipment that is being stored under the overpass on Vineyard and Pālama Street. And I'm told that that is a private developer, but it is working on a city contract. And so they staged the equipment there and they will be there from now until the end of 2027. They are resurfacing from Miller Street to Kapiolani. So in case anybody was interested in that information. Also want to see, I'm glad that DOT will be attending our meetings here because there are a lot of issues. I am from that area. I know that really well. And I know that when they close Beckley Street, that's one other area where you can't access the freeway. So people do come around. I totally try to avoid School Street and Likelike because of that. But we hear you, like I said, we're from the area, we hear you, and the officials that make those decisions don't often go along with what we advocate for and advocate on your behalf for. Also want to announce that the School Street Affordable Senior Housing dedication will be on mid-October, and they will be accepting applications online. And your age requirements, age 62 and older, and you have to have income between $30,000 and $60,000 to qualify for that affordable housing units. Let's see. I believe that's all that I have. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Board member.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Board member Lynn Vasquez, Senator, could you repeat the DCCA?
Yes, it is DCCA insurance. I'm sorry, it's insurance at dcca.hawaii.gov.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other questions from the board? Okay, seeing none, Donald, go ahead, Donald.
Hi, Donald.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Hey, Senator, thank you so much for this year to pass the Braille literacy bill. I testify in support. It was passed. My favorite person, as you know, is Terrence Tom, the representative from 48. He's my role model, and I want to be able to probably run for office because he did it, and we need somebody who is blind and disabled and has the know-how to run for public
I
office.
served
Thank
with
you.
him, by the way. We both got in the same year in the House of
I
Representatives.
remember
He was
that.
my neighbor. Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
All right, any more community members? Okay, before continuing on, I wanted to interject that we do have quorum now. And I really want to go back and address filling 3 large vacancies.
But now I'll do that later.
Do that later?
Do it now.
Do it now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that now.
Okay.
We're gonna go back to 3, and after 3, we're gonna go to 4.
So
Okay,
sorry.
filling of 3 at-large vacancies. Do we have any interested community members who would like to serve on the board?
Can I nominate?
Okay, we have, come on up.
Am I getting grilled?
Just share your name.
Oh, hi, aloha, I'm Kikuaki Aloha, and I am very interested in joining the Kalihi Pālama Neighborhood Board.
Okay, so we're gonna have to ask you for more, like your ID to define if you live within our neighborhood board.
Oh, yeah, for
Okay, we're
sure.
here.
Yeah. I even tell you I'm registered to vote and all of that.
You're just following sunshine law. And then next,
Yeah.
do we have on vote? On vote? Okay, on vote, go ahead. Can you unmute on?
Hi, my name is Anvo, and I volunteer a lot in the community, and I want to be a board member.
Okay, I'm not sure if you had submitted, okay, so we have your information already because he's been attempting to become part of our board for
Yes.
3-4 months now.
How many vacancies we have?
We have 3.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna take a short recess right now before you verify and before we vote. Or he's nominated, did you nominate?
If you have your ID, I'm sorry, if you have your ID, provide her for sure. And just to verify. It's just a technicality, it's supposed to be done.
And your SSN.
I know the way it's.
Thank you.
It's just.
Right, actually, that is on Wilcox Lane, though, does that matter?
No, you're good. Yeah, still in good.
Yeah, still safe.
Okay, so we are now verified in and we're gonna,
Take a vote.
yeah, take a vote.
Yeah?
Nominate.
Oh, nominate, okay.
Well, already not, no, we're good.
You know.
Okay, I'm gonna nominate Kikwa Kalihi.
Second.
Yes, it did.
Oh, I accept. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Next, I'm gonna on vote.
I second.
I accept.
Any objections to either of our, from the board?
Just get on already, you know? We face a lot of them.
Seeing none, let's take a vote.
If there's no objection.
If there's no objection, oh, it's passed. No, congratulations. No, you stay there.
Okay. Okay, all right.
Oh, they have to be sworn in. Okay, we'll do the short recess to have them both sworn in.
Oh, yeah.
This is our first time.
Oh, hey.
Online, I'm gonna share the oath of
So our own vote, that will.
office and you just read along.
Or police.
First, we gotta go through our.
Yeah. They're gonna swear them in. Your second swear. They're gonna swear them in.
Okay.
Take one on.
Like,
Yeah, because there's something I wanted to say.
Get my. The big mistake, huh?
If you could just read.
Can I go shoot?
Can you see the screen?
Well.
Yes.
Okay. You could just read it.
Right now, I've been doing that for the last 10 years.
That'd be the correct.
Service for people with IP medical needs and.
Sorry, may you repeat that?
Can you just read the oath of office, please? I have it posted on the screen.
I solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully support the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, the Constitution and the laws of the State of Hawaii, the Charter and laws of the City and County of Honolulu, and the provisions of the Neighborhood Plan, and will conscientiously and impartially discharge my duties to the best of my ability as a member of the Neighborhood Board to which I have been elected or appointed.
Okay, and then I'll send you the other forms tomorrow.
Yes, make this cute.
That's a great.
Yeah.
I'll go from up here.
Got it.
You wanna stand?
Man, sure. Yeah.
Go girl.
I solemnly swear that I will faithfully support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, the Constitution and laws of the State of Hawaii, the charter and laws of the city and county of Honolulu, and the provisions of the neighborhood plan, and will conscientiously and impartially discharge my duties to the best of my ability as a member of the neighborhood board to which I have been elected.
Okay, all right, now we got our board members. Okay, I'm gonna take us back in.
Kamehameha.
You can go to college?
I did.
All right, board 15, now back in session. Okay, now we're gonna go right into election of officers. Election of officers to serve from July 2026 to June 30th, 2027. Chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer, and any other officer of the board determines if needs to conduct its business. So first, chair.
I nominate Chair Cullen for chair.
Second. Okay, I accept, but I also would nominate someone else because, I think it's good for us to have, competition. Any competition?
No. Just no. Okay, accept, thank you.
Okay, accept.
Yeah. Okay, next.
Okay,
I vice.
vice chair.
To vote.
Me.
We gotta vote.
Gonna vote.
Technically, you do, and they have to at least say your name.
All right.
So just ask each board member to roll call and say their name. Sure, call the call.
Okay, this is to vote for chair position, and the nominee is Colin, member Collins. If I call your name, please say her last name if you vote for her. Member Colin.
Just say, bro.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Say Colin.
they call.
Oh, Colin.
Cullen.
Diosa
Colin.
and Farm is not here. Member Guerrero,
Yes.
That's Colin.
Colin, sorry.
member Hopi is not here. Member Jadaway,
Cullen.
thank you. Member Mitamura, not here. Member Moore,
Colin.
thank you. Member Bohano,
Cullen.
member Vasquez,
Cullen.
member Kealoha,
Colin.
and member Vo.
Colin.
Okay, thank you very much, but this will be my last time because I very truly believe in sharing the kuleana and the responsibility with other board members.
Jesus.
Thank you.
Just to note, Chair, you have 9 votes. So-
You're doing great, though.
We love you.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
love you. Great, you're a very good chair.
Okay, so now next is vice chair. Nominate Lynn. A second.
I accept.
Harmony.
Voting for vice chair nominee is member Vasquez, Chair Cullen,
Vasquez.
Diosa,
Vasquez.
and Farm not here. Member Guerrero,
Yes.
her last name says.
Member Vasquez. Vasquez.
Len.
Vasquez.
Yes.
Say it.
Vasquez.
Member Hopi not here. Member Jadaway,
Vasquez.
member Mitamura not here. Member Moore,
Vasquez.
you member Bohano,
Vasquez.
member Vasquez,
Vasquez.
member Kealoha,
Vasquez.
and member Vo.
Vasquez.
9 votes, Chair. So
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to secretary.
I nominate, board member Pohano.
Treasurer. Who's the secretary right now?
it was
Oh, it's
Farm.
hard.
But you can be secretary. Didn't
Give me
get
both.
that.
Sure. Okay.
That's right.
Okay, nominate,
Need a second.
Joy Pond for secretary.
Second.
Second.
Who made the ones? You know, it was card. Card.
Cards.
Cards.
All right.
So this is
Not the board.
for the position of secretary, and the nominees member Pohano, Chair Cullen,
Pohano.
Diosa,
Pohano.
Ken Farm not here, Guerrero, PE not here. Member Jadalang.
Pohano.
Tamura not here. Member Moore. Thank you. Member Pohano
Pohano.
and Member Vasquez.
Pohano.
Member Kealoha
Pohano.
and Member Vo.
Pohano.
And
Okay, treasurer, we're looking for treasurer.
I nominate, what is his name?
I second.
I accept.
Alright, so this is for the position of treasurer. The nominees, Member Kealoha, Chair Cullen,
Kealoha.
Diosa,
Kealoha.
Member Farm not here. Member Guerrero,
Kealoha.
Member Hopi not here. Member Jadalang,
Kealoha.
Tamura not here. Member Moore,
Aloha.
Member Pohano,
Kealoha.
Member Vasquez,
Kealoha.
Member Kealoha,
Kealoha.
and Member Vo.
Kealoha.
Thank you. 9 votes.
Alright, okay, so we're done with that.
Congratulations.
So we can go back to our state elected officials. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think that he's referring to is the termination of,
I didn't want you to take it out of order. I apologize.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, that's what I thought it was, just if you wanted to do. I didn't know if that was earlier in the agenda.
It's on their next.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Right.
Sorry, we had quorum, so I just wanted to make sure we address that. Okay, we're gonna go back to state elected officials. Senator Wakai.
Representative Ivana. Richard, sorry, we can't hear you. Richard, sorry, we can't hear you, but I see you're not muted.
Okay, we're gonna move on and we will come back to you. Representative Michael Cub Ratcliffe.
Hi, everyone. So,
congrats.
thank you. So school is back in session. I want to remind everyone that as of this year, the legislature recently made changes where a family of 4 who makes less than 113,000 a year qualifies, their child or children qualifies for free breakfast and lunch. Before the cutoff was 65,000. So a lot more people are eligible. So please share that information. I want to remind everyone that many rooms in the Capitol will not be accessible. They're doing a lot of construction. They're doing it kind of by floors. And that'll be pretty much till the end of this year. So one thing I wanted to give an update. So at the last board meeting, well, first of all, I want to thank Chair Cullen and this board because we're having we're trying to crack down on tow companies. A lot of them are very, how do I say this, predatory and take advantage of the people. There was one, and I can say this. So today we had a meeting with the Office of Consumer Protection. It was a joint info hearing with the Transportation and Commerce and Consumer Protection Committee. They shared the statistics, and VIP towing has the most complaints, and it's not even close actually. It's like so there is about 4 tow companies that I guess can say have the most complaints. And VIP was formerly within this neighborhood board's jurisdiction. It was in Sand Island. And they moved without telling anyone, without updating. And a lot of people are still going to their old headquarters because that's where they say you can find your car. And can you imagine going there like you just got towed and there's not even a business operating there? But they're now in Kapahulu, and we were able to find that out because of you guys to help me out. So I really appreciate your help with that. And we're continuing to really try to crack down on it. There's so many issues with them. The cash only, they make you use the ATM. And they add all these additional fees, and some of them are GET exempt, but they don't do that. So I'm learning a lot as well, but we're really trying to just make it easier on the people. And I'm sure you got this update from HPD, but they have the DFR, the drone as a first responder. So it's and it'll be in HPD District 1 and 5, which includes this neighborhood board. We're still having some meetings during the Capitol. And the last thing, as everyone probably already knows, looks like another storm is coming, unfortunately. So please prepare, and all the HECO power outages, and with your food, whatever you can do, and please keep yourself safe. That's it for my report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions from the board? No. Questions from the community? All right, seeing none, we're gonna go back to Senator Wakai's representative.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I apologize for my audio trouble earlier. My name is Richard Mizusao. I'm with Senator Glenn Wakai's office. Congratulations to Chair Cullen, Vice Chair Vasquez, and the other elected officers and new members of the board. For this month, Senator just has a few updates related to the recent Hurricane Lala resources that have partially have already been shared, but in his report that we distributed, and we can send this as well for anyone who needs it, there's SNAP relief for Hurricane Lala victims. If you lost food during the hurricane, you are eligible for replacement benefits from resulting from power outages extended that were 4 hours or longer. To apply, you must submit a written statement that includes your name, dollar amounts, food, etc. You can go to humanservices.hawaii.gov to find out more and to make requests. We also want to help continue to keep the community connected. Starlink is actually helping provide free service to existing customers and new customers due to being impacted by Hurricane Lala. So if you're an active customer, you'll receive a credit. But if you are a new customer who purchases a Starlink kit, you can get support and free service through September 17. Information can be found online, but again, we can help direct you to the appropriate customer service if requested. And the last thing he has on his report is, which was mentioned by Lynn from Councilmember Dos Santos Tam's office, the HECO trouble line is to report downs, lines, or power outages is 1-855-304-1212. Again, so he just wanted to highlight some of these resources as we recover and prepare for the next set of storms coming our way. I can take back any questions for him. Thank you.
Any questions from the board? Okay, I see your hand up, Donald. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Chair, Member Board. Donald Sacco for record. Thank you for your report for Senator Wakai's office. June of this year, I sent an email to senators, representatives of the legislature, Ed Sniffen, and many others, Governor Green, regarding the Honolulu Daniel K. Inouye Airport. There's Skyline, and there's no direction to go from the airport to Skyline and vice versa. My group, Citizens for Fair AD Right, has brought this up with a blind vendor that works at the airport and having issues to go to traversing to the parking lot to the terminal and vice versa. So I hope you Senator read that email. I'm quite sure that's his jurisdiction, isn't it? The airport?
Yes, it is. And I did want to address this with you offline, but I can also share here. We did reach out to the Hawaii Department of Transportation Airports Division regarding your concerns about signage and lack of signage for travelers, and it's particularly for those who are blind or low vision. They did want to know specifically what you'd like to see and where. In regards to signage for the rail, that is the City Transportation and Hearts Kuleana. So once once things are operational there, they're in charge of what signage they place for at the airport related to the rail. But in regards to airports, they said they did put in their own investments to add signage and ground stickers, wayfinding other communications to show the public how to get from baggage claim to Skyline and the public buses. So this is just what DOT is reporting to us. But again, if you have specific requests you'd like to see that are not already there, we're happy to relay that. But they did give an update that there are now signs both above and on the floors and walkways in the airport for the rail, to the rail.
Well, I just thank you for that. But I sent an email to all, and I'll email blast to the senators and representatives about Citizens for a Fair 80 Right Tomorrow meeting with Department of Transportation Service, Wild Transit Service, Skyline Bus and Handy Van. And we're going to have a discussion about the airport with Skyline people from the city. So the blind vendor that I gave the email that gave recommendations said he's still experiencing wiki buses can't pick up people because the tourists or people picking up passengers at the terminal is blocking the access way where the wiki bus goes, and tourists don't know where to go. They're not looking down, they're looking up. So there needs to be more emphasis. This is a travesty to name an airport for Daniel K. No, it was disabled. And this airport is not properly done with Skyline and with the state DOT. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, if you can just send a follow-up email to us about specifics, that would be helpful. Again, in trying to see where we can make requests for improvements where there are where they should be addressed.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're gonna move on to represent one more. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Lisa.
Just to what Donald said, well, not Donald said, but what you said, as far as having clarity, which way to go and signage and whatever, like I'll give you an example on Dillingham, because they're constantly changing the walkways and everything because of construction. That is hard in city council. Well, just a heads up, I don't know if you're aware, I have been along with Donald, been trying to, it'll be 1 year in September, to get them to do that. And their attitude is, we really don't have to do it. So that is what it is, what we need. We need clarity. I'm legally blind. I have some vision. We need clarity, and we need people to help us. And it's just like we're put on the back burner. And you know what? We're tired of it already. We're human beings too. So we keep getting pushed. Oh, that's not up to us. That's Hardin City and County. City and County Hart says, oh, we don't have to. They're putting us on a merry-go-round ride. So quite frankly, I like get off this merry-go-round ride. I'm getting a little dizzy. Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you very much for sharing. We're gonna move on to Representative Shirley Temple.
Yes, hi. Can you hear me? This is Ed Thompson for Representative Templo. And I'll give the report for her tonight. So she has a quick update on some of the work her office has been doing in the community. So first of all, she's been continuing to support the food distribution efforts at Ka'ahumanu Homes and Grace and Favor Church at 702 Pu'uhale Road. Food security remains an important concern for many families, and Representative Templo continues working with community partners to help sustain these valuable resources. At Ka'ahumanu Homes, the number of recipients is still low, and we are in need of more people registering for the program. So if you know of anybody who needs assistance, please let us know, and then we can sign them up. Our office has also been focused on improving ADA accessibility and communication with HART. Representative Templo recently joined the disability advocates, including Lisa and Donald, and community representatives and HART leadership to discuss ways to improve accessibility, communication, and inclusion for individuals with disabilities. And then following up on the hurricane and tropical storm Lala, our office has been sharing important updates and resources with residents affected by power outages and storm-related impacts, while continuing to follow up with agencies on behalf of our community. We also want to address a concern raised by board member Diosa May Daga regarding Farrington High School's bell schedule. So our office reached out to the DOE and received the following response. So Diosa had recommended changing the school bell schedule with Farrington High School, but doing that requires a formal Hawaii Department of Education process where stakeholder input and coordination with the appropriate unions would need to be done. And because of these requirements, any changes does take time. And if a change is agreed upon, it may not take effect this school year. So Superintendent Rochelle Mahoy will share this concern and community feedback with Farrington High School Principal Laurie Luxack for staff consideration. I tried to make the report as fast and quick as possible. Any questions? Anybody have any questions?
Hi, Ed, sorry, board member Diosa. So I did speak to Shirley, and it's actually not just Farrington, but the entire, district, the entire Farrington complex. That way it alleviates all of the, problems of kids being late. And actually studies show that students do actually better in academics if they start later. Anyway, just want to point that out. And the fact that Mauna Lua, and I believe Kaimuki as well, start at 8:30 just to alleviate the traffic. So just wanted to put that in there. Thank you.
Okay, that's good to know. And then we can send that over to the superintendent and see what she says. But the superintendent was the one that told us that it's going to take a while because they need approval from these different organizations.
Understandable. But I believe that the traffic will be ongoing anyway with all the construction in this area anyway. So good to get the ball rolling.
Okay,
Thank you.
any other questions?
Okay, we have from Donald online.
Okay,
Yes, Donald Sacramento
hi,
record.
Donald.
Thank you for the thank you for arranging the meeting with Disability Rights Center with Lisa, myself, and others with Heart. I think it was a
Yes.
productive meeting, but there needs to be more emphasis. My concern is, as a longtime paratransit user for paratransit handyman, I believe the state in 2018 or 2019 changed the requirements for people in for the state with different vehicles, for private companies, Kama'aina companies, they allow outside bids on the mainland. It makes it difficult for local companies that have sold these paratransit buses to the city and have to go to court and have to challenge a vendor from the mainland. To me, the state should have left it alone and let people with Kama'ainas like us, companies, to have the license to be able to procure easily with the city with these vehicles and basically survive. By having outside competition, you get what you get. You get the lowest bid. You may not get the right vehicle or a combination. So I recommend that the legislature next year take a look at this because it's hurting local businesses. Yeah.
Oh, good. Donald, maybe you can bring that up with Representative Templo and then we can draft
Yeah.
something for next year.
Okay, I will work with you and the vendor that's impacted by this Kama'aina service. Yeah.
Okay,
In
okay,
addition.
very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have Lisa online.
Thank you. This is Lisa Hassel. I too would like to thank Representative Shirley for all the support she has given for the ADA and for people like me and Donald and other people with disability. Also for her going out to all the schools in our district over here, in our community, and so on and so on. As far as the food bank and I can talk to her later about this, for the one we have at Kahumanu, because this is where I live, one of the reasons the numbers is so low is because we have a lot of elderly. We have the other housing that's across the street from Farrington, which is Kamehameha.
Right.
They're unable to. They probably can come to the food bank, but how are they going to get their stuff to their house? So one of the solutions that we're trying to come up with is that we can sign them up And then the residents in both housing, well, all housing, public housing, a lot of them are required to do volunteer hours every month, 8 hours, I think, unless they've changed it. We can get them to deliver it to the unit. But the problem is housing, which I understand, they cannot give us the list of who, where, how we can contact these people with disabilities or elderly so we can get their information to sign up and so we can have the stuff delivered to them, but they're unable to come personally. So maybe her and we can talk about that, but you can just mention it to her. Because trust me, we can figure out a way, the numbers will go up.
Right.
And on the note of the food bank, there's also a food bank the last Saturday of every month at Kalihi Kai Elementary School on Kalihi Street side, and it's open to everybody. And usually that one is a really big one. They give away a lot of stuff. I forget what time it starts, but yeah. Thank you.
Okay,
for
thank you,
sharing.
Lisa.
All right, thank you for sharing. We're gonna move on to Governor Josh Green's representative. We have Kathleen Lee. She's the Senior Communications Manager of the Office of Enterprise Technology Services and also Ala Moana Kaka'ako Neighborhood Board Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Board and Board members. As Chair Cullen mentioned, I'm Kathleen Lee, and I'm the new Governor's rep designated to your board. So I am looking forward to learning your issues. I do apologize. I don't have any reports for you. As Chair Cullen mentioned, I am fairly new to my job. I function as both the Public Information Officer and the Legislative Coordinator. That being said, I am very excited to work with you folks. So any questions you could email me at kathleen.lee@hawaii.gov. I think Chair Cullen has that, but it's KATHLEEN.LEE@hawaii.gov. With that being said, I can take your questions back to the governor's office.
Any questions from the board? Any? Oh, okay, I see Lisa's hand.
Girl, I'm gonna make you girl.
Okay, go ahead, Lisa.
I have a question for the governor. You can get back to me. How does he feel about Costo wanting to build a gas station on Dillingham, especially when we're having all this traffic issue? It's across from a school, and he is really high on going green. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. House. So I'll take that back to the governor's office.
Okay, anybody else online?
Well, I have a quick question.
Okay.
Board Member Pālama, you are the chair for Kaka'ako Neighborhood Board?
I am.
Oh, you still are?
Yes.
I know this may be for the mayors, but I had questions about the wastewater treatment at Sand Island, and if that was brought up to the board since all the new buildings are going up. And what they plan for that for sanitation wise?
Wastewater treatment for Sand Island, that actually is not within the borders of our board.
Oh, I'll go to Chinatown.
Yes, so,
Okay,
but thank you for posing that question.
yeah. Okay.
I guess that's it.
Yeah, pleasure meeting everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to board business. Neighborhood Commission response from Mr. Patrick Smith, he's our commissioner.
Hi, good evening, Chair. Good evening, Board. I'll be very brief because I see that you obviously have had quorum, which we're very happy about. But I just wanted to report to you a couple of interesting items. And that is, first off, Chair Cullen came to our meeting and did discuss your issues. But the commission at this time with the composition we had, they're reluctant to force upon you candidates. So they really want to get a good sense of what, if a board wants to replace someone. So we have the ability to appoint people, but just so you know, and for future reference. So when you have this problem, you might, if you do in the future, just discuss it. Obviously, you can't come to a decision, but you can have a discussion, but then give the chair some ammunition to come in and make a request. That's not a board action, but it is, it's a sense of the board. The second part of this is you can reduce the number of seats that you have. That is something you might want to consider in the future. Obviously, you have quorum now, so that's not a problem, but you can go to like 9 members if you want, or 11. It has to be an odd number, but there is a big delay in that. So it takes a long time, the department, I believe it's the Department of Elections, has to redraw maps, and we have our elections in off years in May. So you have to give them a lot of lead time. So just just so you know, and that's really about it. Thank you very much, and I'm glad you got.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair.
Okay, the next item is determination of board recess schedule, July 2026 to June 30th, 2027. No, most recently, the board has recessed in August of 2025 and December of 2025 and June of 2026.
Keep it as is.
Keep it as is.
Someone can make a motion.
Wait, someone make a motion to keep it as is, which is to keep it as
Recess.
our recess to December and June.
Supposed to be this month, but because of the quorum issues, you guys decided to
have it.
Okay. Make a motion to keep as is.
Yeah.
Keep it a second.
Second. Do we vote?
just do a voice.
Okay, do a voice vote.
You like to say yes, you gotta do a name call.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it status quo.
Or any abstention.
Any oppositions or any objections? To June and December.
No objection.
We'll keep it at June and December. All right. Okay, next is approval of regular meeting minutes, Wednesday, March 18th, 2026, Wednesday, April 15th, 2026.
You can do it as a whole here if you want.
Okay, and then next, approval of memorandum for the record, Wednesday, May 20th, 2026, and Wednesday, July 15th, 2026.
You can add if there's any amendments.
Are there any amendments? Approved. Okay, next, neighborhood plan. 214-106, 3 absences, notice for the board member at, Ken Farm. As well as, I'm sorry, 5 absences, notice for board member Ken Farm.
We can do Rand, 1 minute.
Right, yeah.
Not if you have to, we can let him.
Okay, let's go back to E, neighborhood plan 214-106, 3 absences, notice for board member Randy Jadalang. But he's present, and he's been present this month as well as last one. Yeah, okay, next is neighborhood plan.
Chair, sorry, so you would just have to ask if there's any motion to vacate the seat, and if there's none, then.
Any motion to vacate the seat?
He's here today.
Okay.
So
It's my first time doing something like this. I'm
doing great.
Yeah.
There's no fire. Sorry. Everybody for Randy.
Yeah, fighting for Randy.
Okay, next neighborhood plan 2-14-106, 5 absences, notice for board member Ken Farm.
Cannot, already, he's staying.
It's still alive.
So someone just have to.
Okay, motion to vacate Ken seat. I'm so sorry, Ken, I love you. Vacate Ken seat.
Okay, motion.
I second. Sorry, Ken, we love you, but we never come in 5 times.
You can always come back, right?
You can always come back.
Any objections? Right. Hearing none.
Chair, if the member is online, they can speak to themselves, but if they're not here, obviously.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ken.
They do have.
All right, thank you. Now we're gonna move on to neighborhood plan 2-14-106. 5 absences, notice for board member Eric Mikamura.
Motion to vacate the seat.
Motion to vacate the seat.
Second.
Second, is he online?
No.
Any objections? Or none, seat vacated. How's that? Pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's why you chair, girl.
Okay, 8, establishment of committees and committee chairs. What do you wait till next time?
Can I wait till next
Motion to table.
motion to second?
Motion to table.
Second.
I, resolution addressing ongoing safety and nuisance concerns at 901 Gulick Avenue. That was an ongoing resolution, so I would like to
Let's do it now.
do it now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry, person.
That girl waited too long.
Wait too long.
Yeah, let's do it now.
okay, so the resolution was shared with us many months
It's also
ago.
posted in the Google chat.
Yes.
Posted in the Google Drive. We have Any objections?
No. Well, yes, let's do it.
You need a motion.
Okay, we need
Motion
motion.
to,
Motion to.
I said, I have
City
to
managers.
Yeah,
address courtesy to persons concerned.
yes.
Second.
Yeah, I second.
Okay, it's been a second, so.
No objections.
No,
Any
that's-
objections?
Stephanie.
let's get.
Hearing none, so the resolution is now approved by neighborhood board 15. Today is August
Yes,
19th, 2026.
that should have been passed a long time ago.
Okay, next, J certificate presentation, Mr. Nguyen,
Oh.
Ano.
Sure. You know, if I wanted to split, okay, so hi, board member Pujano. I did a request to do a certificate of resignation for the brothers Casimiro because they grew up in Kalihi by KPT and they did a lot for not just the Hawaiian community, but a great influence for community members that come out of Kalihi. So I requested for a certificate of recognition to present to them from our board because they're a part of the Kalihi members, yeah. But I initially did it for both brothers, but I was wondering if I could separate them. For what, so one for each.
Which brother?
Yeah.
Are there any objections to this request?
Not as one item.
Or separate.
Oh,
too.
Yeah, so if the Robert could accept it.
Yeah.
On this-
Roll it.
on this behalf. Okay, anybody want to make the motion?
Motion to, present the certificate
I
Separate.
Yeah.
separately.
Separately.
Okay, that's a second. Any objections?
No,
Okay, hearing none.
not that I can.
Great.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, you guys.
Okay, moving right along. Consideration of potential boundary changes for Evil Road area, including but not limited to Sand Island.
Hi, I'm Patrick Smith. I'm Chair of the Neighborhood Commission. I think I forgot to say that before. I apologize. Can I add one other thing? That is, you don't have to do any approvals of committees and committee chairs because it's by term. So it's only when the start of a new term. So when you have it in July of 2027 is when you would need to do it. And the same with recesses too. You just don't have to. You can revisit the issue, but you don't have to set it.
Okay.
Anyway, so getting to the issue at hand, I'm sorry. The issue at hand is there is a request, I think this has been talked about changing some residences from this board to Chinatown. The interesting thing is if you look that roundabout, and I can't recall how it's described, but if you go to the GIS website for I think it's the state or the city, I can't remember, but the geographical one, it lists that one roundabout by the old Kmart, I think Ross now, it lists as Chinatown. So a lot of the residents along, why don't I let Representative
So-
Radcliffe talk about that?
Basically, the downtown Chinatown, it ends at River Street. But 888 Evile Road and all these other areas is technically within your jurisdiction. But they all attend the downtown Chinatown neighborhood board. And it makes sense because a lot of the issues there affect them more than since this is more Kalihi Pālama, right? And it's just how they made the boundary by the river. But with all these changes in development, especially the transit-oriented development coming along, a lot of it is more downtown Chinatown area than what your neighborhood board, Kalihi Pālama. And I think it'd be a really good idea, especially because so many of them already attend the downtown
I
Chinatown.
want in, but keep me Kalihi.
Yeah. So especially those communities, I'll be by the rail station because a lot of those issues more for the downtown Chinatown area. So I think it'd be a really great idea to, it's not going to be a significant change in the jurisdiction, but to just amend the map.
As long as you keep me in my end.
So
Okay, so the question, what we would want is, the way you can change is a number of different ways. You can have a petition from people, the community or a board. What would be better is probably to have the commission do it so there are three ways, that's the third. And the reason being is your board and Chinatown's board would pretty much have to have the same resolution, obviously, from there. So it would have to be a collective petition because it would be a swamping of areas. The initial plan was developed kind of thinking when there were unincorporated areas. And so a board could go in and grab, for lack of a better term, an area. But when you have a swap, you really need both. I think the commission would require that. So what you could do is just pass by a motion that we approve this.
Okay.
What I would suggest is you can say we approve the concept because the next issue is going to be drawing the line. That's always the interesting part. So that's actually not an easy task. And unfortunately, we're sort of bumping up against that same deadline of implementing it for 2027 that we had earlier with the quorum issue. So it would be good to kind of move on this. When I looked at the map, what the plan does is where we have our boundaries, it's based on streets and natural geography. So one of the areas that we talked about was to get those towers or the residential communities regarding a certain place. To do that, we actually would probably have to go all the way to where Costco is.
Yeah.
And then go down to
Would
the
that
water.
affect your, the districts for their,
This is just for the neighborhood board.
only for
district.
board?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we don't match any of the Senate or the House districts because they do a reapportionment every 10 years. And the idea behind the neighborhood boards is we represent neighborhoods, not geographic, not political lines.
Okay.
So it would be basically if you just approve a motion, say you support the concept, you don't have to necessarily say this is where we absolutely want it to be this evening. You can, like if you want to say we would approve, by extending Chinatown by the Costco all the way down to the water. And I'm not really positive. I looked at the map and I'm not positive we can articulate that. I know it's close to the water, but there is that dock area. So there might be an issue there. Actually, we might have to extend it to the actual, what's the next, I can't remember the next waterway up. But yeah, so it just depends on how we can operate, how we can do it under the plan, how we can articulate it. So anyway, to reiterate, if you just want to prove a concept of that area to move, that's fine. Then we can map it out. Or if you want to go ahead and say, we approve it up to the Costco line, all the way down to the water. It's up to the board.
Is the water this way or water Kapalama Canal plucking?
No, I'm talking about the actual ocean.
Oh, the oceans.
Yeah.
So,
Am I pointing in the wrong direction?
yeah, right.
I apologize. Okay, I'm
Costco towards the ocean.
yeah, so you would go along this whole avenue, what is it, Evile, all the way down to the water.
So,
And the question is, and I would say we might have to go, if you go down to Dillingham or the road. I might Nemitz.
Where is our border now?
Nemitz all the
River
way.
Street.
So
Yeah.
Costco by King Street, you're going Costco by King Street, right?
Yeah.
If we could bring up a map, that would
Yeah.
be very helpful.
And what's our Malta border?
Is that possible? I would bring up like Google Maps really quick.
But River Street is the cutoff, so that's why like 215 North King Street, that's all technically in your district, but it really should be in downtown Chinatown.
There you go.
and vice versa, when it comes to Sand Island, I would want that to be under
That's
our
us.
board.
Well, that's fine. It would not affect that. So
And Wayana
basically-
is us, right?
It's more for the down. Vineyard area is okay. Yeah.
Oh, so River Street is the end of Chinatown.
Right.
Yeah.
So everything over here
Should really be
would
Chinatown,
be,
except
and
for
so
Waiana.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, I'm stressing that, man.
they were thinking they want Olive Park. So maybe go along North Baratania.
Okay.
Okay.
If you could go this way, all the way to, oh, goodness, go that way, please.
By the
Okay.
way,
No,
the other way. Yeah.
Okay, so, and then it would cut across, up North King Street to Dillingham, over to.
Dillingham.
Yeah, Dillingham.
Out
And then
towards
cut Costco, right here at Bank of Hawaii, and then it would come down Evile to the water. I mean, that's basic, like, I mean, when I looked at the map, you're not really talking, the problem is, you're talking about mostly businesses here, but there are the residential.
Right, that's
And we
coming.
can't go along
And
that.
a lot are coming, like a
A lot are coming.
Yeah, in the downtown area.
So,
The
that's
Dillingham is
essentially,
going up to like, right here, they're talking
Yeah.
about, so like from, what is this over here that you get?
But not Malta side of Dillingham.
Right about here.
Okay.
yeah, so this,
That's all
it would be
you're talking
this
about.
portion. So when
So
you're
right
talking
up
about
from here,
literally
Costco.
Costco, that corner with Bank of Hawaii down. So the question is, and if you can go this way to the water, to
To the
the,
ocean,
the only question is if we come down,
Alakawa.
yeah.
That's-
So they go take
We're
all
on
the power.
If we come
They're
down.
on
here-
Alakawa.
Who's gonna take all the power?
If we come down
They're
here,
on that
the only
side,
question,
not this side.
can we go
Oh.
to the
Oh,
water?
I see.
And I'm not sure, we might have to actually put that in Chinatown too, which would be Nico's.
Nichols.
Yeah, we might-
They're gonna take Nichols too? No.
Well, it's possible.
We
It,
discussed that in another meeting, but just.
And you don't want
accept The concept.
well, if you're really opposed to it, then that's fine. You gotta, that's why I'm asking.
Nichols is ours.
So the only question is, can we come down in our description? And I'm not really sure, but.
That's
if-
no fun.
Can we table that?
I would just recommend like accepting the concept, and we're not working out the details, like the exact.
We accept the concept.
But,
We
but,
accept the concept.
yeah.
You guys can have puzzle, but not to knock us like me.
Even though I say we're accepting, if you ask you to accept the concept, you do need to make a decision.
Oh, really?
Tonight. Next month. No, not
Next one.
tonight.
So like,
I
we
know
have to
it's
make a
still
decision
unclear.
with a resolution collective petition with Chinatown board, so does that
But
mean
you can
we
do
have
it
to
that
go
way. You don't have to write up a petition. You can, and then you can share it. I can talk to Chinatown. Cub asked, Chinatown at last meeting, are they generally receptive? And this is something that the former chair, Ernest Cavero, I think was very, passionate about. So they're already, I don't know, waiting at the screen now, but they're already,
Because you
you know,
brought
they've
that
already said.
once before.
Yeah, so if you do that, then I can work with their board and then do a joint resolution or something. Or you could just, it could be a simple motion, just we approve based on these lines. So think about the lines, think about the lines, it's something to put in your mind.
Yeah, and then we'll work out the details.
Yeah, and you know, if you, and I'm glad to hear that if you tell me that there are certain areas that that you want as a board.
We
Okay.
want Kalihi.
I mean, even Sand Island, Chinatown,
It won't go to
see
Sand.
that,
No, it won't, it'll be just this part.
Yeah.
because
It
really,
won't be Chinatown.
it's,
It won't be.
Chinatown is Sand Island as well, and it really should be under our neighborhood board.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay, now that I'm not clear. That we would have to-
About that.
Yeah,
Last I heard it wasn't.
No,
No.
it is, yes.
Chinatown's actually very small, you know, on the map. I don't know. But it's actually pretty small. Well, anyway, so what I can do, as long as you say you generally support the concept, if I could get a motion, then we'll take it and work on it.
Like at 5 o'clock.
More if
Okay.
wanted to say something.
Okay, member Moore online,
Did you
did you want to say something?
Yes.
Go ahead.
He was unmuted.
Oh. Go ahead.
All right.
No,
Go ahead, Mr. Moore.
he's frozen.
He's frozen? No, I suspended.
Sorry,
Do you have anything?
You can talk.
Mr. Moore.
I think based on what I just heard, a very general motion would be what we should do if we can do that tonight. Planning out streets and boundaries, that can go on a very long time.
Yeah, we'll make a motion.
Living at 888 Evie Lay and having a number of friends right across the street at 215 North King, we really don't have that much identity with what's going on in Kalihi or Pālama. So being a part of the downtown Chinatown neighborhood board, I am glad that you pointed out Chinatown is really small, 25 square blocks, 5 by 5. And the Downtown Chinatown Neighborhood Board goes all the way to Ward Avenue. So it's encompasses a lot more than just Chinatown. But I think that Evie Road, the city has plans for major housing between where I live and Kuwili, a building they're going to demolish, and this will not happen quickly. But I think the identity really is Chinatown for those of us who live here.
Thank you. We'll make a motion.
All right, may
Yeah.
I make a motion?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
To accept the concept and discuss details at the next meeting.
I second.
Oh,
Any objections?
Nope.
All right. So with that being said, we're probably gonna lose two of our board members. Right back to where we started, right?
Can I also, thank you.
That'll be our professor and Mr. Jadalan, right?
Can I make a quick request to invite the department, who's at the sanitation, to come to the board to give?
I
like, a
invited
brief-
them.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right. For all the housing going on and what they're gonna do, like they have a plan
Environmental,
for,
I sent an email to
okay,
invite them
thank
next
you.
month.
That's why you're.
Yeah.
Cause like.
He's already doing it.
That's like the eighth, yeah. Okay, great.
Okay,
I better not sound pretty.
I'm gonna go on to 11 congressional officials, Congressman Ed Case, Justin Fujimoto. Okay, all right, now, 12 announcements. The next Pālama Neighborhood Board number 15 meeting scheduled to be on Wednesday, September 16, 2026 at 6 p.m. at the Pālama, 925 Dillingham Boulevard, room 153. The Pālama Neighborhood Board number 15 recording can be seen on Olelo Channel 49 or at www.olelo.org/live at the following times. First Monday of each month at 9 p.m. and second and fourth Thursday of each month at 11 a.m. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Glad to be here. I know.